We are heading into a general election that could be the most consequential of our lifetimes.
This is not just a national security issue. It's a quality of life issue.
But today is not a day for politics.
If we want to protect the quality of life for all Americans, women and children, gay and straight, Jews and Christians, and all people, then we need to tell the truth about radical Islam, and we need to do it now.
On Sunday, Americans woke up to a nightmare that's become mind-numbingly familiar.
We need to tell the truth also about how radical Islam is coming to our shores.
Another act of terrorism in a place no one expected.
We're importing radical Islamic terrorism into the West through a failed immigration system and through an intelligence community held back by our president.
This is a moment when all Americans need to stand together.
Even our own FBI director has admitted that we cannot effectively check the backgrounds of people we're letting into America.
No matter how many times we endure attacks like this, the horror never fades.
All of the September 11th hijackers were issued visas.
Now we have to steel our resolve to respond.
Large numbers of Somali refugees in Minnesota have tried to join ISIS.
And that's what I want to talk to you about, how we respond.
The Boston bombers came here through political asylum.
The Orlando terrorist may be dead.
Immigration from Afghanistan into the United States has increased nearly fivefold in just 1 year.
But the virus that poisoned his mind remains very much alive.
99% of the people in Afghanistan support oppressive Sharia law.
We must attack it with clear eyes, steady hands, unwavering determination, and pride in our country and our values.
We have to control our borders. We have to control, and we have to control them now, not later, right now.
I have no doubt we can meet this challenge if we meet it together.
Yet Hillary Clinton, for months, and despite so many attacks, repeatedly refused to even say the words radical Islam until I challenged her yesterday, and guess what? She will probably say them.
We know already the barbarity that we face from radical jihadists is profound.
She supports so much of what is wrong and what is wrong with this country and what's going wrong with our country and our borders.
ISIS is attempting a genocide of religious and ethnic minorities.
She has no clue, in my opinion, what radical Islam is, and she won't speak honestly about it if she does, in fact, know.
They are slaughtering Muslims who refuse to accept their medieval ways.
She's in total denial, and her continuing reluctance to ever name the enemy broadcasts weakness across the entire world.
They are beheading civilians, including executing LGBT people. They are murdering Americans and Europeans, enslaving, torturing, and raping women and girls.
Just a few weeks before San Bernardino, the slaughter, that's all it was, a slaughter, Hillary Clinton explained her refusal to say the words radical Islam.
We cannot contain this threat. We must defeat it.
Here is what she said, exact quote: Muslims are peaceful and tolerant people and have nothing whatsoever to do with terrorism. That is Hillary Clinton.
The coalition effort in Syria and Iraq has made recent gains in the last months.
She says the solution is to ban guns.
We should keep the pressure on ramping up the air campaign, accelerating support for our friends fighting to take and hold ground, and pushing our partners in the region to do even more.
Her plan is to disarm law-abiding Americans.
But as ISIS loses actual ground in Iraq and Syria, it will seek to stage more attacks and gain stronger footholds wherever it can, from Afghanistan to Libya to Europe.
Abolishing the Second Amendment and leaving only the bad guys and terrorists with guns.
The threat is metastasizing. We saw this in Paris, and we saw it in Brussels.
She wants to take away Americans' guns and then admit the very people who want to slaughter us.
Efforts to defeat ISIS on the battlefield must succeed.
Let them come into the country. We don't have guns. Let them come in. Let them have all the fun they want.
We have to be just as adaptable and versatile as our enemies.
I will be always defending the Second Amendment.
As president, I will make identifying and stopping lone wolves a top priority.
The bottom line is that Hillary supports policies that bring the threat of radical Islam into America and allow it to grow overseas, and it is growing.
Let's make sure we keep looking to the best of our country, to the best within each of us. Democratic and Republican presidents have risen to the occasion in the face of tragedy. That is what we are called to do, my friends, and I am so confident and optimistic that is exactly what we will do.